Hello, my name is Joy. We are back again here on Uganda Vision to talk about immigration and the changes that have been taking place since we were last here. For those of you who have contacted me and those ones who have made applications, I really wish you good luck. And for those whose applications have been refused, I hope you find another alternative or option to make the application again. And just to let you know, like you've been following, a lot of changes have been coming in place since I was last here. Especially regarding those ones who have been claiming asylum. When I was here last time, I told you that if you go to Croydon to claim asylum, chances are that they may put you under detention fast track. But then again, that is no longer happening because the courts have said that it was not fair for the detained, asylum seeker to, because they couldn't access legal advice while they are detained, and the process was quite fast. So if they refused your application, and maybe they even appeal, you appealed and the appeal was dismissed while you were detained, for example, in Hamodsworth, in Cornbrook, and maybe in Yarlswood, you can have your case reviewed. If you fall in that category, please contact your lawyer or you can contact me and then we can discuss your case. Because if we can show that actually we're not able to get the evidence because the time was just very short and you couldn't actually access, the information from outside, your case may be reviewed. And again, the Home Office may have to make a new decision. Now, and again, for those ones who are still here and you don't want to go back to your countries because you feel like your life is going to be in danger, please go to Croydon and claim asylum. They're not going to detain you. Above all, seek advice, because before you go to Croydon, it's important that you know what you're going to talk about. You can call me, you can call another lawyer, talk about your case before you go to Croydon to claim asylum. Now, last time I was telling you again, if you have a family, for example, you have a partner in the UK, you have a child in the UK, please make an application to the Home Office. And then I know that some of you have been saying that you made the application. Unfortunately, the applications were refused. Now, every time the Home Office refuses the application, it's because there is something that is missing, or maybe you did not arrange your evidence, the way they expect you to do. For example, if you're saying that you want to stay in the UK because you are making decisions in a child's life, and then the birth certificate doesn't even have your name, you don't even have any pictures with the child, it is highly unlikely the Home Office are going to believe that. And like I said, the applications are not straightforward. Always seek advice, talk to a lawyer. Even if you just want to get advice only, then you will know what you need to put on that application. The reason why I'm saying it's important for you to seek advice before you make the application is because there is no right of appeal. As most of you, I'm sure, now are aware, when they refuse the application, they tell you to go home, then you appeal after you've left the UK. That means that you have to put all your effort in making the right application and getting it right. So please seek advice before you make the application, because you can only appeal if you have claimed asylum and they don't certify it as clear and founded, or if, for example, you've made an application based on your human rights. We believe that most family applications are based on human rights, but again, the Home Office is certifying them. So if you involve a lawyer at an earlier stage, it means that they are able to put in strong representations and put in the evidence that is required, and the chances are that even if they refuse, you may be given the right to appeal in the country. Now, some of you again have contacted me saying that you made an application, maybe because you want to stay here with your partner, and then they refused the application and again told you to go home before you can appeal. Again, if, for example, your partner is unwell and you're looking after them, maybe you got a child in that relationship and your partner wouldn't manage on their own. Again, we call that exceptional grounds. There is a way we can convince the Home Office and maybe even the judge, to overlook the idea of saying you're jumping the queue by making the application in the country. Again, seek the advice. The application is not straightforward. Now, of recent, people have been making applications for naturalization. Naturalization is when you make an application to the Home Office to become a British citizen. Now, if you came to the UK illegally, if you made an application that was refused and you stayed here illegally, if you committed a crime, there is a likelihood that your application is going to be refused, even if you made the residential requirement. This is because they have introduced what they call the good character. Now, most of you have been making applications maybe because you stayed here as a student illegally, and then you maybe married somebody and made an application, it was granted, but when time came to naturalize, the Home Office again refused, saying that you had stayed here illegally. They think you're not of good character. And maybe others claimed asylum and gave the Home Office stories saying maybe they were spies, maybe they were involved with rebel activities. Now, you have to be careful when you're giving this information to the Home Office, because when the time comes for it to naturalize, the Home Office is going to pick up that file and they would use that information against you and refuse to naturalize you on the ground that they don't think you're of good character. Another change that is coming in place that people need to be mindful of is regarding what you post on your Facebook, on Twitter, maybe LinkedIn, any other network, social network. Because what the Home Office is saying is that they're going to check your name alongside all these websites. If, for example, you have glorified terrorism or maybe crime, they're going to pick this up and they're going to refuse your application. So please be careful. And even those ones who have claimed asylum, saying maybe they're homosexuals and then they post pictures of families and stuff, on Facebook, they are likely to pick up such information. So be very careful when you're posting things on the internet, because with what is going on at the moment, the Home Office is definitely picking up information from the social networks. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about again that has, like I said, just too many changes that are coming in place. Now, if you make an application on ground that you have an EA family member living in the UK is working, maybe as a student, now, again, you need to provide adequate evidence. Now, if, for example, you're married and your partner is not working enough hours to what they call genuine employment, again, you're not going to get a residence card. I always tell the sponsors, the sponsor is now the EA national trying to bring in a third country national. I always tell them, please get some more hours. Do some more hours, at least before your partner makes the application. Because if you're not in what they call genuine employment, meaning that at least you are earning the minimum wage, chances are that they're going to refuse your partner a residence card. So please seek advice. Make sure you have all the right documents before you make the application. Because, you'll be wasting time, you'll be wasting your money, and again, you'll be getting a refusal, which may mean that actually you're staying here illegally and will come back again and bite you when the time comes to naturalize, because you would have stayed here illegally. And like I always say, these things are too many. We can only come and just talk about a few things here, but you can call me, you can email me, you can text me, and we can discuss your case again here on Uganda Vision. Thank you for listening to us today. Bye.